My goodness, check out that view behind me. This is an awesome piece of property here in Cypress Creek in Smithfield. So as you can see the water behind me, there's what's called a wetland buffer. And so essentially what that is within 100 feet of the water, we're not allowed to do construction without permission or using permeable pavers from the DEQ. Occasionally, and it happens very rarely, they will reset the 100-foot buffer based on changes to the shoreline. In this particular case, that happened. And so we are actually redoing this backyard to maximize the amount of space that is inside of that 100-foot buffer. So you can kind of see this shoreline was actually redone by the Army Corps of Engineers, got their stamp of approval, and shifted where the 100-foot buffer was. So as a result, we are shifting where the landscaping of this project is. So existing pool, existing pavers, you can kind of see our lines out here. So we're extending the pavers all the way out here. There's gonna be a step down because you can kind of see this grade that we've already started to excavate a little bit. So we're gonna have 3 risers, 2 treads right here that's gonna lead down to this lower area here. There's gonna be a large 9-foot tall pizza oven right in this corner right here. Bar space, more bar space for cooking and hanging out. There's a fire pit here, and as you can kind of see, this is gonna end up being a little bit sunken because we're gonna have a seating wall that wraps all the way around here. Not much that hasn't changed in this backyard. When we came here, there was a pool that you see behind me, and there was a very small patio that went behind it. There was a wetland buffer or riparian area that wasn't allowed to be built on. It wasn't allowed to have anything happen on it. And that line was originally somewhere like right in here. Well, after he had some work done by the Army Corps of Engineers, they resurveyed it and they laid out exactly where the line was, and he ended up having an additional 20 to 30 feet in different places. So he said, okay, what can we build here? What can we do to make this additional space? Now, keep in mind, this is not a party kind of guy, but he wanted to take advantage of the fact that he had the additional space and he could use it and create a more usable and entertaining space for him and his small family that come over and hang out. So most of this is for them to use, and it's built how they want to use this space. You know, from what you see behind me, a pizza oven, loves to cook, and the bar that's laid out there. But you see, it's not a lot of space for sitting at. It's just enough for a couple tables and chairs. So a lot of this was kind of built for them to enjoy. And then at the occasional time when they have a lot of people coming over here, they can expand and the space can be built at bigger or be used bigger for that family. So you kind of see where this fence line is. That is right where the riparian area starts, or the wetland buffer starts, and then nothing can be built back towards the water. So I'm gonna start here with this pizza oven. I'm gonna show you guys this. So this is actually an Italian pizza oven, a Forno Bravo Italian pizza oven. If you kind of look down in there, you see he's already starting to put it to use. This thing is really, really cool. And we've got this plumbed up through a chimney. So this is just a stock fireplace that we've modified. Usually there's a fire down here. We've got this as a wood box now, keeping the wood dry. And then you can kind of see all the different concrete. This thing is really thick. So when we built this, we actually had to do a couple things that were really interesting. So this is a concrete slab. So we actually reinforced this with rebar. We built this whole entire thing, and then it's actually a 4-inch concrete slab that's poured in here, and you need that for the thermal density of this wood burning pizza oven. So this is in here, and then it's also insulated, and that insulation is really thick as well. So this is the real deal. It is a Italian pizza oven, and you can see how deep this is right here. That's because it needs to be that deep, because it goes that far into there. He's already put it to the test, and this thing is making some awesome, awesome pizzas. You see we lit up there just a little bit, kind of give it a couple touches. And then this is all storage underneath this area that he actually hand built these doors. And so kind of just has a storage for them to put stuff for their boat down there, and just a place to keep their stuff and let it hang out where it's out of the way. More storage over here. I mean, this granite really is unique. I feel like it pops, and it's got a leathered finish. Really cool feature for this space. Next to it, we built out a flat area here. This is just to allow them to have some space for their planter boxes and everything that goes into that. And then over here is future seating, so they can put a table and chair, or even if they want to do a secondary fire pit, they have a space to hang out in there. Now here's where I really struggled with this, is because the old pavers, you can't really see it right now, but the old pavers ended like right in there, and then this pathway ended just a little bit further than where it ends right now. And I was trying to figure out a way, like, how do I get these two spaces to talk? How do I get the elevations to work? How does this all flow? And so what we did is we actually, where we cut that curve in, I took some of the pavers from there, and where I cut that curve in, because the pavers stopped over there, I used them to fill in this here, so it looked like these stairs had been here all along. So we incorporated these stairs, these columns, these walls, because the original patio, like I said, just ended right over in this space right here. So now that this all kind of flowed and I figured out the steps and the transition, I really wanted it to, when you walk out of this space, you kind of walk in and you kind of see how I've got the different textures of pavers. Just kind of brings you right to the front of the pizza oven. And that was kind of the goal, is that as you kind of walk out of there, you kind of have some guidelines, you know, some traffic flow, if you will, that just kind of tell you where to look and where to hang out. We also added a little water weir right here. And then, as you know, the pavers stopped somewhere like right in this line right here. So we dipped in here and extended out over there. And again, I want to just kind of create some interest, some unique spaces. So this is like a wood look borealis paver right here. So it's just got some texture. And then we incorporated that curved wall into the back, just to kind of create some more unique spaces. You see how we extended that wall over there, because originally the patio didn't go that far, so we've extended it all the way over there. And then to kind of make the whole space way more cozy and comfortable, incorporated a water feature. So we've got a sphere built into here, just some nice drops, and it's just such a wonderful sound to the space. And then the final piece over here of construction, which Jim is just finishing right now, building in the door, was kind of like this bar right here to kind of hang out in the space. So we've got a kegerator built in, got some doors built in, and then there's going to be a drawer set built right in that spot. We gave this a little bit more elevation. There's actually a different piece of granite that's coming for this area here that's actually going to be about twice as wide. That's going to give that more of a space for things to be purchased up there, or just, you know, decorations or whatever's needed in that space. So the last little detail, because these pavers are orange, they don't make this paver anymore. We needed to kind of bring all the colors together. You see, I've got this chocolate border kind of running through the space. There wasn't originally a chocolate border on the pool. So we kind of figured if we take out the pavers that are there right now, there was a border there, and I put in this chocolate instead, it would help bring that color down and make it more muted against the tans. And I think it accomplished just that. That orange is still there, but it's just not as in your face, and really just kind of help blend all the different colors we've got in this space together, which was an intentional but necessary move in order to make sure that the original pavers, we didn't have to replace all of them, match the new pavers. And then we offered this just to break up the space even more, and again, that little space right there to break it up even more. Really excited how this turned out. Like I said, there were a lot of details, a lot of things that went into making this space come together, and we're really happy that they could give them the extra space they needed to enjoy and spend time with family. Get outside, my friends.